I now call to order the Governing Board meeting special session for July 31st, 2025. Roll call, please.
Michael Kern.
Here.
Evelyn Tinsley.
Here.
Lisa Roman.
Here.
Matthew Houston.
Present.
David Rose.
Here. Now we will have a moment of silent prayer or private reflection. Amen. Would you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Item 2.1, I need a motion to approve.
Move to approve 2.1.
I'll second.
Michael Kern.
Yes.
Evelyn Tinsley.
Yes.
Lisa Roman.
Yes.
Matthew Houston.
Yes.
David Rose.
Yes. Item 3.1, Governing Board recommendation for Director of Human Resources. This evening, we are pleased to recommend Aaron Horvath for Governing Board approval as the Director of Human Resources for the Lake Havasu Unified School District. With over 17 years of service to LHUSD and extensive experience in district operations and human resources leadership, Aaron brings a deep understanding of our schools, systems, and values. Starting as a substitute teacher in 2007, Aaron has successfully advanced through a variety of roles, including paraprofessional, administrative assistant, accounting specialist, HR specialist, and currently HR supervisor. She holds a degree in business administration with a focus in marketing from the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, and is certified through the Arizona Department of Education in CTE Business and Marketing. Aaron brings positivity and professionalism to every situation, no matter how complex. Her ability to build strong relationships, offering steady guidance, and maintaining confidentiality has earned the trust of staff and administrators across the district, making her exceptionally qualified for this leadership role. As a proud mother of two LHUSD graduates, Tanner and Corbin, who began their journey in Little Knights Preschool, Aaron is deeply committed to giving back to this district that supported her children's success. It is with great pleasure that I recommend this candidate for our Human Resources Director. At this time, is there any discussion from the board before I call for a vote?
No, but I'll make a motion to approve 3.1.
All right.
I second.
Michael Kern.
Yes.
Evelyn Tinsley.
Yes.
Lisa Roman.
Yes.
Matthew Houston.
Yes.
David Rose.
Yes. Congratulations, Aaron. Welcome.
Thanks for the opportunity to support you guys and all that you do. Looking forward to it.
Aaron, if you would please join us up front.
I want to go get our hot tamale first. Our Sour Patch Kids, so get your Sour Patches and hot tamales. And we're really proud of you. So welcome. There you go. Thank you.
Congratulations. All right, item 3.2, Student Services, first reading of proposed procedure for wireless communication devices. Dr. Stone, good evening.
Mr. President, Mr. Vice President, members of the board, I'm going to go ahead and present this evening. On your last meeting, you did approve the policy that goes directly to ARS 15-120.05, and that states that a student shall not use a cellular, telephone, or other electronic wireless communication device during the school day, including meals, passing periods, and recess, except as expressly permitted by the district. So that's the caveat here, and that express permission is what we are discussing in the proposed procedure 5-305B. So you can see that, and it was posted for the public. But this really talks about the fact that the governing board's committed to providing a safe, positive, and productive learning environment for all of our students. And we do recognize that depending on how they're used, cell phones and other wireless communication devices can serve as a valuable learning tool, but it can also become a source of disruption. So this procedure speaks directly to what we would have our students do during the school day. And I know Mr. Becker and Mrs. Barney are both there. This has gone through them. This is exactly what we do now. There are no differences in this. We allow students will keep their phone. In K-8, they will be powered off or set to silence and stored out of sight in their backpack for the entirety of the school day unless instructed by staff. At 9-12, there's a little more leniency there. So they do have times during lunch breaks and passing periods where they can use their phone as long as that does not disrupt the school environment. We also have permissions for emergency use. There are students who need their phone for a medical need or a disability. Those things typically come out of a 504 meeting or a special education IEP meeting. So those will be clearly documented for students. Contacts with parents or legal guardians, that is there as well. And then just that there are consequences for noncompliance, and those things are clearly listed in our student code of conduct. So at this point, I just wanted to be very clear that this is what we do now. And like I said, Mr. Becker and Mrs. Barney are there if you have specific school questions that you're concerned about.
All right, thank you, Dr. Stone. Is there any questions from the governing board or discussion?
Mr. Becker, you're good with this policy?
I absolutely am. It's what we do. At our staff meeting to start the year, I told it the change to this policy, if it were to get more strict, is on the shoulders of not only our staff, but our students following through with what's put in front of them.
Yeah.
And if they abide by this, then we will continue as business as normal.
Yeah. The only thing I had with this is the reasonableness of the teachers imposing. Have you had instances where, parents have come and complained that a teacher's being unreasonable or vice versa?
I mean, any time that a kid gets caught with a cell phone and it makes it to the office and then there's punishment,
Yeah.
Of course, the teachers picking on me or things of that nature do come to our office, but I mean, I had children that went through the school. My oldest daughter, hopefully she's not listening because she'll kill me right now, got a cell phone violation, and immediately was excuses,
Okay.
and that's not the case.
Okay. Yeah, those are my only concerns. I read through it. It looks spot on, gives discretion to the teacher. Principals are allowed to back up, and it allows the district to function. It also declares that there's no, loss or responsibility to the district as is proper. So I think this is a good policy.
No, and I want to thank every parent, teacher, staff member that has reached out in regards to this. I know myself and other board members have received phone calls and emails, so thank you for your input. That really helps us as we're making decisions in regards to these matters. And, the main concern that every parent had, and I have a parent that has a daughter at the high school, so if there's an emergency, we all just want to make sure our child's okay, and that is understandable. And so they're still going to be able to have their phone. They'll still have access to those things. And I think it's a great policy. And thank you to Dr. Stone, Student Services, Chuck Keller, our Student Services Director. Thank you to Ms. Barney, Mr. Becker, all of the team for working on this.
So the fact that this procedure is backed by Ms. Barney and Mr. Becker means a lot to me. That carries a lot of weight with me. My one hesitation is that I don't feel like the procedure really upholds the intent of the state law. It does feel like the state law was meant to curtail student cell phone use a lot more than our procedure is going to allow. That the whole point of it felt like we don't want our kids using cell phones at any point in the day, including lunches and breaks. And so this procedure would still allow this as it has been in the past. Again, if I'm thinking through like what's best for students, I feel like limiting their cell phone use during the school day is best for students. But then I also think of the flip side of that. if we are turning our teachers away from instruction time and making them devote more of their time to being cell phone police, I don't think that that's best for students. So it's a little bit of just viewing things through the lens of what is best for students, which normally helps me make a decision, doesn't really offer me a lot of clarity because I feel like both sides have merit to them in terms of what's best for students. I do plan to vote for this procedure, but I did just want to say that that is my hesitation, is that it doesn't really fulfill the spirit of the state law.
Lisa, can I speak to that a little bit? So this policy kind of developed until he follows the children. Like at the middle school, they don't have their backpack with them at lunch. They don't have their cell phone. So they are bell to bell. They're not using their cell phone unless it's an emergency. So then we get to the high school level where there's a little more maturity and we can trust them a little bit more and we teach them how to appropriately use their cell phones so they can carry that skill with them into the workforce.
And frankly, if the legislature wanted it to be stricter, they shouldn't have given us express authority to make our own rules. So if that comes down the pipe in the future time, we can restrict it more. Also, is there teachers that use, in college, you'd had teachers that used your phone to answer questions that are on a projector. Is that happening at the high school at all?
We do not do that because we are one-to-one, so if they're
Okay.
going to do things of that nature, it would be handled on the computer.
Okay.
Lisa, to speak to the cell phone police, it's a part of walking into the classroom and utilizing the cell hotel, so it becomes just like picking up the note sheet at the door. It is, cell phone goes in there, pick up note sheet, go sit down. At the end of class, it's grab your phone, exit. So there's not a lot of time devoted to the cell phone police, if you will. There were 4 administrators that walked around today, and I can happily report to you, and I reported to my staff, that an overwhelming majority, there were a few, I won't lie, I'll never do that because there's nothing gained by it. There were a few that did not use the cell phone hotel. All of them were addressed today on it. But that few was so small that it's not an issue.
Thank you, the information does help me, thank you. I did have one recommendation too for consequences if you, because I feel like students often don't care if they get in trouble at school if the parents don't care that the student got in trouble at school. And so I feel like maybe one consequence could be to confiscate the phone if they're caught with it when they're not supposed to have it, and then it goes to the front office and it can only be retrieved by the parent. Like if you inflict a little bit of inconvenience on the parent, it's okay.
That's
So can I add to that?
Yeah.
So we used to do that, and I'll be really honest, I took that away at the high school because it was not fair for our front office person to be treated over and over the way that they were treated.
My other fear with that is our middle school kids get off a bus and they have to walk home, and if something happened to them and they didn't have a way to get help, that was my fear, and that's why I took it away at the middle school. I don't want to be liable for a kid not being able to get help if they
Yeah.
need it.
Right. All right. Any other questions, comments from the board? All right. At this time,
Yeah,
go ahead. Yes.
What are proposed consequences then for the cell phone violations if that?
Yeah.
We'll start middle school and then we'll move up to the high school because it is different.
So the middle school starts with 3 lunch detentions. We do our detentions during the school day because the majority of our kids do ride the bus. And then-
Without a cell phone?
Yeah, so if you have your cell phone, we confiscate it, it goes to the office, the kid picks it up at the end of the day. They spend the next 3 days at lunch detention during their lunchtime. So it takes that socialization away. It does escalate up from there if you're continuing to not comply with this fairly reasonable request that's direct kind of insubordination. It does get up to in-school suspension, I think is the 3rd time. And we reset every quarter at middle school.
So at the high school level, because again, we're doing age-appropriate things, the first time we upped it from last year was 4 hours, but because of the House bill and the seriousness of it, we have upped it to the first time is 6 hours of detention. Right off the bat, that makes you ineligible to go to athletic practices. It makes you ineligible if you do not serve those detentions to participate in school dances and things of that nature. The second time is a day of ISS, and then we're really hoping we don't get to the 3rd time, but then we're looking at suspension and possibly bringing before the hearing officer for insubordination.
At the middle school, are they, when you say detention for lunchtime, are there are the kids eating lunch in a room by themselves or other kids are in detention? Or is the detention just taking the phone away?
The detention is they go pick up their lunch and then they go to the library and they eat in the library.
Okay.
Any other comments?
So do we put the consequences in here? Like for E, we would obviously like be erasing a portion of it in there, the middle part.
Well, it refers to the student
Yeah.
code of conduct, so it's laid out
Okay.
in the student code of conduct.
All right. There would be no other comments. I'll call for a vote on item 3.2.
We're going to vote to waive first reading, or?
So we have to vote to approve, then waive first.
If the two options for the board, you can actually approve right now and it moves to the August board meeting, or you can vote to waive second reading and approve it now.
So I'd be fine to waive and approve.
Okay.
I would too.
So I move to waive second reading and approve policy as written.
I second.
Michael Kern,
Yes.
Evelyn Tinsley,
Yes.
Lisa Roman,
Yes.
Matthew Houston,
Yes.
David Rose.
Yes. All right. Is there any announcements from superintendent or board? All right, if none, then I need a motion to adjourn.
I move to adjourn.
And I'll second.
Michael Kern,
Yes.
Evelyn Tinsley,
Yes.
Lisa Roman,
Yes.
Matthew Houston,
Yes.
David Rose.
Yes, have a wonderful evening. Thank you for being here.